Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. This is a painting video. Now I promised to try and do an extra painting video every week because I thought just doing one on every Monday only means I'm going to get 52 models or / units painted a year, which is for me is not acceptable enough. So I'm really up my game now. Monday's painting video just gone was this guy, Mr. Sinister. Absolutely fantastic for Marvel Crisis Protocol. But what the votes were on this guy and this guy. So I said I would get this guy done during the week. So that's what I'm going to do today, is this Lokhust heavy destroyer. Absolutely fantastic sculpt. Very nice build. As you can see, I've just still Legion Drab the base. That's what I'm going to do today, paint this guy. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Before I get into wet palettes and all that sort of stuff, I was asked a question for yesterday's Weekly Wednesday, and I forgot to talk about it because I had Mr. Sinister on the table. I forgot to talk about it. The question was, how does the Marvel Crisis Protocol models compare to the Warhammer 40k models? Okay, and I answered in the message. I answered, well, look, I'm going to put a Primaris up against them so we can see what they look like. Now, I'll bring you down and show you in a second. But there's Mr. Sinister, Marvel Crisis Protocol. There's an Eradicator for a Primaris Eradicator, and then there's a heavy Lokhust heavy destroyer. So I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to show you the height difference and the size difference. As you can see, there's not much in the height difference at all. And Mr. Sinister appears to be bigger, but only because part of his model starts at the base here, into the flames. So, as you can see up against the heavy Lokhust destroyer, same sort of size. But again, he's meant to be hovering in the air, so. Right. So I hope that answers your question, Ken of the West. I do apologise, I forgot to say it yesterday. Just this place is a bomb site at the moment, and that's on the week Wednesday, and the bomb site to the right of me was just distracting me from, you know. And I did have Mr. Sinister on the table with the Eradicator, but I just forgot to talk about it anyway. My wet palette. Now this is a Necron. Most people that see my Necron videos will know the same sort of colours. Polished blue. This is an old colour. If you wanted to get something like this, you would first paint the model with a silver, maybe a layer paint silver, and then do a blue wash over the top. Beaten copper, Vulcan green, Runelord brass, lead belcher, retributor armour, screaming skull, and some white scars. I do have also this lovely colour. Yeah, it's an airbrush paint, by the way. Because I've got an airbrush in it now, but haven't set it up and used it yet, so I will be using it hopefully within the next month or so. I have Moot Green as well, the old reliable. So the first thing I'm going to do with this model is I'm going to take some Screaming Skull, and I'm going to paint the all the stones on the base. Some of you are going to be like, why are you painting the stones Screaming Skull? My regulars will know there is a little technique that I do that just really pops them off really nicely. There is a little scarab on the base, so I'm trying not to get him. When I say a scarab on the base, I'm talking about a little tiny scarab. See him? I wouldn't even call him a scarab. I'd call him a fly. a Necron fly. All these ones here are going to get done. All these ones here. There's all stones underneath him, to be honest with you. This also supports him up. There's some more stones here. I'm going to do all of them ones, and then I'll come back to you when I've given them a coat. But there is also a little bit of rhubarb sticking out the stone there. Yeah, I just painted that silver. Now I've got some Vulcan green on my brush. I'm going to come in and get all the little power nodes. So all these little power nodes in here I'm going to get. Now one thing I love about this gun, it's so big, it's just really, really nice. Get all this in here, just a little bit. I'm also going to come in and do like these things, this ball thing in here. All these little bits on these chest plate there. Yeah, so do all them off camera. There's no need for me to do them on camera. There's some more that side as well. I'm still working out the light and everything else. So if the lighting's wrong, I do apologise, because I haven't finished setting the desk up yet, and I still haven't realised the optimal place to have the light. Now, when you look at this on the camera now, it's a lot brighter than when it was before, but there's always room for improvement. So just bear with me whilst I do that. Like, not now, but like over the next so many videos. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with the green, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Just give you a quick look at what I've done. The green bit on the base here is green, little tail thing, power nodes, and with the little lines coming off, I've just done a green, the Vulcan green in there. Gun, and I've done the blades on the gun, and done the tips of the gun. So now I'm going to go with some polished blue, and the polished blue is going to come across here. It's the same old usual stuff I do with my Necrons. All of the shoulder carapaces are polished blue. One thing I love with this colour, it starts off really blue, and as it thins off, it goes like a silvery bluey colour. It looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to do both of these shoulders, and I'm going to come back to you again. So there we are. It's looking nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come with some beaten copper, and I'm going to come in for these exhausts here. Now, see, I just watered it right down, because I want to apply it like a wash, basically, so it gives me that effect, yeah, on the first coat. And then when I come back through and give a second coat to it, I'm not giving it a full second coat, I'm just giving parts of it a second coat. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So I'm going to do all of that, both sides, okay. Right, so that's the watered down beaten copper. Whilst that's drying, I've got some Rinrod brass, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to pick out these bits here, like his wrists. And look on his arm here, we'll do one side, and then his hand. There's a little gap in between. I'm going to miss things like that. I'm going to paint them with some lead belcher, so they really stand out. And these little ball joints on his arm that I forgot to do, I'm going to do them with, I'm going to go back over them with some Vulcan green, just like this. Yeah, so it just really picks out the individual parts between the wrist and the arm and all of that. I'm thinking about this carapace. I might even do that polished blue, just because this is a big creature. It's got big constructs. I might even do that polished blue. I'm not sure yet. That's why I haven't touched it. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with the the Rinrod brass, and then I'll come back to you when I've done that. Right, so as you can see, I did the Rinrod brass on the arm pieces. I think I watered down and do it too much. See on this arm here, the inside part looks very dark. So I'm going to leave it, when that dries, I'm just going to run a little bit more over that. And his head as well. Then the under carapace bits. Anyway, so now I'm going to go with some Retributor armour. And I am going to pick out this lovely symbol on his chest. really well. I'm also going to do, I'm not going to do this bit on camera, but I'm going to do spinal column, and I'm going to give this paint down on the side of him. Got two like glyph marks on the side of him, so I'm going to give them a paint down with the retributor armor. Right, so here we are. Yeah, I think that gold plate looks amazing. It's in the spine. There are a few lighter and darker bits. Don't panic about that, because we're going to do metallic highlighting on this video. Right, so now I'm going to take some more bit and copper, but I'm not going to make sure I've got the buttons and water down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on like this, yeah, around the edge. Okay, this is where the magic starts. So what I do, I take what I have there and I sort of just feather it towards the middle, from top and from the bottom. Sorry, the light's flickering on me weird. Maybe I'll stick close to the camera. Okay, and we're going to do, see that black spot in there? We're just going to do a little bit, tiny bit in the middle like that. Okay, it looks a little bit weird now. When it dries off, it's going to look fantastic. So I'm going to do that on all of them, and I'll come back to you again. It's still wet, so bear with me. Trust the technique. Now I'm going to get some lead belcher, and I'm going to come in. This is going to get some lead belcher. The bit in here is going to get some lead belcher, but the bit in there is more of a spinal bit, so I'm going to try and dry brush it. So the black bits in between the spinal bits stand out. These bits are going to get lead belcher, so it's these bits. And with his little wrist part here that I'm doing, I'm just literally going to dry brush it like that. It's not a full dry brush, but it just picks out the in between the bone. I'm also going to go around his whole weapon, avoiding all the green that I've done and leaving the piping alone. I think that's the bit. Oh, this little bit of back here is going to get a little bit of silver as well. I'm going to come back to you when I've done all those pieces. There we go, it's looking nice. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to do this polished blue. So I'm going to come in and painstakingly do this whole panel polished blue. It actually gives me a chance to show you this as well, with this polished blue, how amazing this colour is. Look at, that's how it runs off. See how bright it is at the top by the little triangle, and then it just runs off into a silvery blue. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to do the rest of this. I'm going to come back to you then. That's the other side, but I want to show you this. Look at the blue. See how it's darker and light, just reflects. It's so beautiful. I love this colour. But anyway, I didn't do it up to the lines. It's as close as possible. I'm going to now do the other side, and I'll come back to you then. Right, now I've got some white scars on the brush. My regulars know what I'm going to do now. So what I'm going to do is go around on the stone, just highlight it up here and there. I think it doesn't have to be anything particular. It doesn't have to be, you know, edge highlight or anything like that. Just sprucing it up. You can do all the raised areas, or you can just do what I'm doing, just bits and pieces here and there. Here, just get all of this. So the camera keeps flicking. I did mess with the light. I did zoom in a bit to see if I could get a bit more of a clearer, not clearer picture because it's pretty clear, but just something that I really was like, oh wow, that'd be great. But as I did, the light started flickering the camera, and you know, that's what we're looking for, something like that. Yeah, nothing too spectacular. Then what I'm going to do next, I'm actually going to come in with some wood green. Actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've got this colour already on the wet palette. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint the wires. That is an airbrush, so it will go on very watery. I'll paint these wires because I want them to really stand out from the rest of the model. One of these pipes is got grooves in it, so just try and work it into all those spots you can. Right, for all intents and purposes, this guy is done, battle ready. But now we're going to take him to the next stage. So buckle down, guys. First thing we're going to do, I've got some milk green on the wet palette. I'm going to water it down even more, and I'm going to go over every single one of these power nodes. I'm going to run it in there as well. So we've got something like that. At the moment it looks okay here and there, but it's not the best, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to take the milk green and I'm going to run it into here. Because it's watered down, it will go straight into the recess points. Yeah. And the milk green I use is an airbrush paint anyway, so it is very watered down. Again, get all these guys. Now, the stuff on the weapon, if you're not too happy, you can leave it to dry and then grab the milk green again and go in again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run some across the blade. Pick his eyes out. Doesn't matter if you can get perfect special eyes because they're meant to be like robotic eyes, so they're going to be light up effect on them. Don't forget this guy in here. The little power nodes that come off. Again, with this, what we're doing now, the green, it doesn't matter if I get it on the silver, because it's just going to look like a light effect. Doing very little work. The wind's picking up out there. We're in for a very windy day today. So now I'm going to leave that to dry. You can already see the effect that it's having. The gun looks absolutely fantastic. The little balls in here I will go over again, especially on the behind side because it looks a bit dull. But leave that to dry. Actually, let me give this a little bit more. dry. Whilst that green's drying, what I've done is took some white scars and mixed it with the retributor armour. Here, you see the difference in the colour. So now what I'm going to do is metallic highlighting. So I'm going to say, what? Yeah, metallic highlighting. So I'm going to take a lighter gold retributor armour, and we're going to start to just try and get the tips and just to make it stand out even more. If you're not happy with that it's not bright enough, what you do is get a bit more white, mix it with the retributor armour, start bringing it in. Now we're going to do it over the writing here. We're not going to cover every square inch, we're just going to gently try and drag it across the top. Sort of not a dry brush, but sort of a dry brush. Just so that all of the raised areas get that little extra hint of brighter gold. What we're going to do, I'm going to do the same thing again. But we're going to go with the polished blue. I'm going to mix it with the polished blue. It's going to be even lighter polished blue. And then we're going to edge highlight. Yeah, you see how nice that blue is now. Again, if you're not happy with it's not bright enough, you can always just add more white to it. This is the bit I'm really looking forward to edge highlighting. Some more white scars in there, get it nice and one thing I've noticed on this model, it does look better worn. There are little nips and groups in it, and grapes in it, and nicks and grooves in it, and even his head looks a bit angled up at the back. So I don't know, it's a pretty cool model. So I've just left the camera rolling for far too long, I think. I do apologise, guys. Here we go, guys. Very, very simple technique. Very, very simple. So now I'm going to come in with some rattling grime. My regulars know what I'm doing now. I'm going to wash the stones. So where I've put the Screaming Skull onto it, it's going to actually highlight it with this Screaming Skull on there originally, but then the white scars will highlight it. Where I put the white scars is going to highlight the stones even more with very little effort. So if this is new to you, when you see the end result, you're going to be like, oh, that's actually very clever. Do two simple colours. No need for white spray down or anything like that. Just two simple colours. But one's a base, one's not really a base colour, but you're using it as a base colour. The Screaming Skull. You don't need to use Screaming Skull if you don't want to. You could use like Ploughed Witch Flesh or Hex Wraith, and then just go from there. You know, any light colour you can use, and then you just probably go with, you know, White Scars or Corax White or something, you know, something like that. Just a colour that's lighter than the base colour you used, just to really highlight it up, really easy and simple. Now you look at it at the moment and go, oh my goodness me, what the hell is that? But this is how it's going to turn out. Okay, look at this, the pavement slab is going to turn out so it looks like that, which is, you know, absolutely fantastic. So let me close the contrast point before I knock it over everywhere. Right, the next thing we'll do, I'm going to take some white paint, the last little bit I have left on the wet palette, water it right down, and then I'm going to come in, that's how water down is, it's very, very wet, and I'm going to start dropping it in there. All the power nodes, I'm going to drop it on. So like this, I'm going to drop it in now. I actually need to get some more white scars, I think, on the wet palette. I don't think there's enough there. Let me just get some more on there. Right, so this guy's done. Actually put the white paint on the wet palette and just crack it on, because that's why I'm going to run out of time otherwise. As you can see, they're still wet. Okay, so don't panic too much, it'll dry because it's watered down. The water will evaporate out and the white scars will really dull itself down because it's a light paint. Did the blade as well. Okay, just nothing too fancy, but it looks nice. There's where how the brass looks now. So it looks like the top and the bottom of it are the parts that get the most heat going through it. But yeah, it looks good. Well, that's what it looks like to me anyway. I'm very pleased with that. I like the metallic highlight. And there's the Rattling Grime drying off nicely. Now, if you enjoyed this video, guys, please smash that thumbs up button for me, please. If this video has helped you in any way, you know, smash that button for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, please subscribe to the channel, because it costs you absolutely nothing, but you can gain so much from it, just with, you know, experience and everything else, helpful tips and tricks and all that sort of stuff, and it helps the channel out in a massive way. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button, turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything, because if you're just seeing the channel for the first time, obviously you're going to flick through and see a few different videos. You'll see how crazy this channel is and how much stuff that gets done here. So guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures now. Until next time, take it easy, guys.